into the game? I could have sworn I seen him join.
Well, no, I just heard you talking the whole time.
Let me know when you're in.
It says broadcast not in progress. Hold on, let me go back into the player. Click it.
Titans are here.
Say something, talking. Oh, yeah, your voice is still in the thing, bro.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this time I checked it. Okay, I'm going to try to change it again. Let me see. Advanced settings. Audio sharing system. Oh, share.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. At the 29-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A second down run with Lewis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. You can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Mariota now. And this one caught by Delaney Walker. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
15 yards. First down, Tennessee.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Lewis here on 1st down. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mariota. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing is Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's Ryan Suckup for the Titan field goal. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
You got nothing.
Foles. The Conley's got it over the middle. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
12. Motion, pop.
Now Foles. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. D.D. Westbrook. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout call. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Let's bring it. 44.
Now Mariota. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Myles Jack. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Now Mariota. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lewis. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Back deep, Dede Westbrook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Cameron Wake with a little wake-up call as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
You think you gonna get this? Yeah, let's go.
Here's Foles. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Sets up a third down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check it back. Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Mike's 54.
Hey. To go.
He'll drop to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. And the Jaguars send out their punter, Adoree Jackson, deep for Tennessee.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Mariota. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive. It just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
At the 46-yard line.
Push him back. Push him back.
One.
44.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota, throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Mariota now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Mariota now from the 50. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Mariota. That's complete, middle of the field to Humphries. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To the air again, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll throw again, Mariota. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Yannick Ngakoue, his 2nd sack of the night. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And his first carry, he loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
It's a goal. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking long for Westbrook. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Keep going right at him.
Mike's by 4.
Curl.
Big Ed. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That would a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Hey, water.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Hey, high 7. What we got? What we got?
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Yes.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Pick. Check.
2nd and 9 now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, D.J. Hayden. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
59, Mike. Check. 59. Too little, Cut. Showing it. Watch twist.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple on what should be the final play of the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Hey, here we go. I got you. I got you.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, here we go.
On 2nd and 15 now. Foles. He'll get that to DeValve, the tight end.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
180.
54.
Great.
Watch the screen.
X3. 218. Chopper. Great.
Back to throw here. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here we go.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Get ready. Get ready. Check 59. Mike.
Hey, Keaton.
59. Hey, let's get some penetration.
Go.
They'll look to throw here. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
What we got?
Back.
Check.
They'll run on 2nd down with Blue. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them